Hi, sixth graders. Before we get started on our next step, I wanted to pause because I've been thinking a lot about listening. We talk about it a lot in class, uh, but I want to show you instead of just talking about it. For me, the way I like to think about it is that when we're not listening, whether it's with our friends or our family or in school or wherever we are, it kind of feels like pouring water into a cup that's upside down. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys that. Check this out. So I've got this bowl. When we don't listen, this is what it looks like. If this is our brain, when we don't listen, nothing goes in. In our brain, it doesn't get any stronger. Now, sixth graders, when you push yourself and struggle, no matter if you're tired or no matter if you are bored, or no matter if you are thinking about 8 other things that are going on outside of class, every time you listen, you strengthen your muscles for listening, and also you add to your brain. Because when we listen, our brain's actually able to catch stuff. Ooh, some delicious knowledge. I'm going to drink it in. So sixth graders, don't be a cup that's upside down. Don't waste your school time. Be a cup that's ready to be filled up. When we fill up our brain, we become more interesting people. We become better friends, better learners. We become just a better version of ourselves. I know it's hard. I struggle with it sometimes too. So I thought maybe this would be a lesson that could help you too. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Yesterday, we started working on some skills that are going to help us create an amazing expert expo project on January 23rd. And those are our 5 types of info writing. The first type that you looked at was description writing. And it's a pretty crazy life hack, but I'm going to teach you an easy way to remember what description info writing does. It describes. Description info writing describes something to someone. And one way I like to think about it is, how would I describe this to someone who doesn't know anything about it? So, in a minute, you are going to decide which of 3 types of food you're going to try with the mindset of, how would I teach someone about this who has never tasted it before? And an easy person to put in your mind is an alien. Assume that they do not know anything about this food, okay? So even if you've had it before, your job is to teach someone what this food is like and maybe a little bit of its history, okay? So first we want to teach what it's like. And to do that, we have a handy dandy tool that's going to help you. And it's your 5 senses. Like, ding, ding, ding. We talked about that yesterday. Amazing. We're going to talk about it again today. So, I forgot to bring home the delicious food that you're going to get to choose from. So I found a different delicious food. A pear. Yes, my pear has seen some better days, but if you know a pear, you know that they take some bumps and bruises, and that's when they get juicy. Okay, so I first want to describe this to someone like an alien who has never seen this pear before. So I'm going to think about first, how does it taste? Oh, there's MP. Let's sort it out. Okay, I'm going to think of my 5 senses, and I'm going to start with the hardest one. Sound. Now, I don't think it really applies to this, and it's not always going to be true that we need all 5 of our senses to describe something. So I'm going to put sound aside because for me, it doesn't apply. But maybe for your food, you do hear a sound. Up to you. So next I'm going to touch and just get a feel for what it feels like. So as I move that, if you can see, a little piece came off. So like part of the skin I'm seeing is slimy. Ooh, I could write that down. So a pear has a skin on the outside that can be slimy or smooth. It has softer spots that are brown, and it has a sturdy stem. And you see that I'm feeling all of this first. So, I've got some ideas based on touch. Now, I'm going to think about sight. Now, as I look at this, a description writer might sound like this. A pear has a skinnier top and a wider bottom. Like, Miss MP, everyone knows what a pear looks like. Not an alien. So, a pear has a skinnier top and a wider bottom. It is colored mostly yellow, but also has some spots of green and brown. On the outside, it doesn't smell very much. But when I bite into it and taste it, it has a taste that's different than an apple and an orange. It's more juicy and it's a little sweeter. Writers, you see what I did? I took all of my senses to describe this beautiful pear. Sound didn't work for me, but maybe it will for you. But then I touched my fruit and made some descriptive sentences. I looked at my fruit and decided what details would I need to share with an alien. I smelled it, both inside and out. And then finally, I tasted it. Sixth graders, in a second, you're going to do the same thing. Now, one more thing that you're going to do after you check in with your five senses is do a little research. Like, maybe, how is this food made? Or where did the food come from? Or who invented the food? Or why is this food so popular? Or when did they first start making this? Or what is it? Sixth graders, our five senses and our who, what, where, when, why, and how can really help us to describe something in full. But when you get lost, or if you're stuck, ask yourself this: what would I need to tell an alien in order for them to understand? Do not be afraid of being very detailed, because description writing depends on details. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, go. Choose your food. Okie dokie. So now that you have chosen one of the 3 foods to try, you are going to write that food in your topic here. Okay? Step 2, write it in your topic here. Then set a timer for 5 minutes, and 5 minutes only, because you are just getting your brain going. You are not going to write everything. Writers write fast and they write furious. Set that timer for 5 minutes to brainstorm how you would describe this food to an alien. And remember that you have tools to do this, like your who, what, where, when, why, and how, and your 5 senses: see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. Now, when you're done with that, use the words in the word bank and your brainstorming to put it all together to describe this food to someone, like an alien, who has never tried it before. Happy writing!